In common bubble cap distillation column design practice, riser area is approximately equal to where A annular passage area and SA slot area. A SA B 1.2 A 1.2 SA C SA 1.5 A D A 1.5 SA. The correct answer is A SA. Heat transfer coefficient Hgk call hr.m2. C and mass velocity of air Gkg hr.m2 for airflow parallel to the surface in case of constant drying rate in batch drying is related as Hg 0.0176 G 0.8. But when the flow of air perpendicular to the surface is encountered, this equation changes to Hg 1.004 G 0.37, B 1.004 G 0.8, Chg 0.0176 G 0.37, D 0.0176 G 1.37. The correct answer is Hg 1.004 G 0.37. In the agitators, the power required will be changed with the increase of diameter of agitator D as A D2, B D5, C D, D D9. The correct answer is D5. Apex angle of conical heads used in the bottom heads of chemical process equipments is usually A30, B45, C60, D75. The correct answer is 60. Pressure drop due to pipe fittings can be estimated by the equation where L is equivalent length of straight pipeline which will incur the same frictional loss as the fitting and D diameter of the fitting. The value of dimensionless for 45 elbow and 180 close return bends would be respectively around A5 and 10. B45 and 75, C180 and 300, D300 and 500. The correct answer is 45 and 75. A pressure vessel is said to be made of thick shell if the ratio of its diameter to wall thickness is A10, B10, C20, D20. The correct answer is 10. Rate of filtrate delivery is inversely proportional to the A filtering area, the pressure difference driving force, B viscosity of filtrate, C cake filter medium resistance, D both A and B. The correct answer is both A and B. Tube side heat transfer coefficient for turbulent flow of liquid through tubes is proportional to Ag 0.2, Bg 0.5, Cg 0.8, Dg 1.5. The correct answer is G 0.8. Circumferential hoop stress in a thin cylindrical vessel under internal pressure is the longitudinal stress, A half, B equal to C twice, D 8 times. The correct answer is twice. The dust collection efficiency of electrostatic precipitator increases with increase in the A gas flow rate, B electrode area, C both AB, D neither A nor B. The correct answer is electrode area. For storing hazardous chemicals in large storage tanks, the minimum safe distance between the two tanks should range between times the tank diameter, A1 to 1.5, B 2.5 to 3.5, C 4 to 5, D 6 to 8. The correct answer is 1 to 1.5. Which of the following factors determine the amount of entrainment in a distillation column? A. Plate spacing, B. Depth of liquid above the bubble cap slots, C. Vapor velocity in the volume between the plates, D. All A, B and C. The correct answer is all A, B and C. The absorption factor is defined as where S1 slope of the equilibrium curve, S2 slope of the operating line, A S1 S2, B S1, S2, C S2 S1, D1 S1, S2. The correct answer is S1 S2. In shell and tube heat exchangers, straight die rods are used to A. Hold baffle in space, B. Fix the tubes in position, C. Account for thermal strain, D. None of these. The correct answer is hold baffle in space. In case of design of a shell and tube heat exchanger, a minimum cleaning lane of 6.5 mm is provided when tubes are on a square pitch. B. Minimum tube sheet thickness in which tubes are fixed is equal to the OD of the tube up to 15 mm tube diameter, and for 15 mm tube diameter tube sheet thickness is smaller than tube diameter. COD of the tube is 6 to 40 mm, while the tube lengths used are 0.5, 2.5, 3.0, 4.0, 5.06 meters. D. All ABC. The correct answer is all ABC. In a cylindrical vessel subjected to internal pressure, the longitudinal stress L and the circumferential stress N are related by AH2L, BHL, CHL2. D. No relation exists. The correct answer is H2L. Nominal size of a pipe is an indication of its diameter. A. Inner, B. Outer, C. Approximate, D. None of these. The correct answer is approximate. Excessive liquid gradient on a tray may result in the A. Maldistribution of gas, B. Backtrapping, C. Gas blowing beneath capskit, D. All A, B, and C. The correct answer is all A, B, and C. The ratio of tube length to shell diameter in case of liquid shell and tube heat exchanger ranges from A. 2 to 3, B. 3 to 5, C. 4 to 8, D. 6 to 12. The correct answer is 4 to 8. What is the slope of the operating line in the stripping section of a distillation column? A. 0, B, C. 1, D. 1. The correct answer is 1. Shaped roof is most commonly used for cylindrical tanks. A. Cone, B. Dome, C. Umbrella, D. Flat. The correct answer is cone. In a thin cylindrical shell, the hoop stress is stress. A. Radial, B. Circumferential tensile, C. Compressive, D. Longitudinal. The correct answer is circumferential tensile. Commercial packed scrubbers are normally designed for a pressure drop range of water coulomb per meter of packed height. A. 48, B. 1734, C. 5268, D. 88,105. The correct answer is 1734. The retention time of material in a rotary dryer depends upon its A. RPM, B. Slope length, C. Flights arrangement, D. All A, B, and C. The correct answer is all A, B, and C. In actual operation of a bubble cap distillation tower, the at the bottom of the tower is more than that at the top of the tower. A. Molar flow rate of vapor, B. Vapor molecular weight, C. Pressure and temperature, D. All A, B, and C. The correct answer is all A, B, and C. Rotary dryers are most economically designed for the number of heat transfer units HTU from A. 0.01 to 1, B. 1.5 to 2.5, C. 5 to 10, D. 10 to 20. The correct answer is 1.5 to 2.5. The difficulty of liquid distribution in packed towers is accentuated when the ratio of tower diameter to packing diameter is A. 30, B 7, C 715, D 2050. The correct answer is 7. A forced circulation long tube vertical evaporator as compared to the natural circulation evaporator. A is economical in operation. B employs high velocity, high heat transfer rate and less heating surface requirement. C employs a centrifugal pump placed between external downtake from Whipper drum and inlet to tube bundle. D both B C. The correct answer is both B C. An increase in the liquid resistance to interface mass transfer and a resultant reduction in plate efficiency is caused by A. An increase in liquid viscosity. B. An increase in relative volatility for rectification columns. C. Decrease in gas solubility for absorbers. D. All A, B, and C. The correct answer is all A, B, and C. In the design of a bag filter, the gas temperature is an important consideration as it affects the A. gas density, B. gas viscosity, C. fiber selection, D. all A, B, C. The correct answer is all A, B, C. With increase in temperature drop in a shell and tube heat exchanger, the LMTD correction factor Ft. A decreases very rapidly. B increases very rapidly. C remains constant. D increases linearly. The correct answer is decreases very rapidly. The normal range of velocity of steam in pipes is m sec. A 0.1 0.5, B 15, C 1020, D 80-100. The correct answer is 80-100. Dished head is the strongest of all. A. Hemispherical, B. Elliptical, C. Torispherical, D. None of these. The correct answer is hemispherical. Pick out the correct statement. A. It is preferred to use a vertical condenser for condensation of vapor from a distillation column without subcooling. B. Draining of residual liquid on tray during shutdown of distillation column is facilitated by weep holes. C. Random packing. A packed tower offers the advantage of lower pressure drop and higher throughput of fluids as compared to regular stacked packing. D. Risers are generally not connected to the plate in a distillation column by bolts, rivets or welding. The correct answer is risers are generally not connected to the plate in a distillation column by bolts, rivets or welding. A clamming section before the liquid flows into the downcomer is provided to A. Permit release of entrained vapor in the liquid. B. Reduce the discharge fluctuation. C. Ensure better vapor-liquid contact. D. Cool the liquid before it flows down. The correct answer is permit release of entrained vapor in the liquid. The units of Young's modulus of elasticity and are the same. A. Strain, B. Stress, C. Modular ratio, D. None of these. The correct answer is stress. In the design of a shell and tube heat exchanger, the corrosion allowance A. need not be provided for non-pressure parts like tie rods, spacers, baffles, supports, etc. B. for carbon steel and cast iron pressure parts is 1.5 mm except for tubes, and for severe conditions it is 3 mm. C. for internal cover and tube sheet is provided on both the sides. D. all ABC. The correct answer is all ABC. Vertical condenser is advantageous to the horizontal condenser from operation point of view when A. hydrostatic head is required for refluxing the condensate. B. only the function of condensation is to be carried out. C. subcooling of condensate is desired. D. both the functions of condensation subcooling are carried out in a single unit. The correct answer is both the functions of condensation subcooling are carried out in a single unit. Hazards associated with the relief valve leakage for extremely hazardous material storage can be taken care of by providing a rupture diaphragm, b. dikes, c. surge chamber, d. none of these. The correct answer is rupture diaphragm. Minimum baffle spacing recommended in a shell and tube heat exchanger is equal to a. 5 cms, b. 40 of the ID of the shell, c. 25 cms, d. ID of the shell. The correct answer is 5 cms. Liquor is best handled in a long tube vertical evaporator, a. foamy, b. scaling, c. viscous, d. salting. The correct answer is foamy. Theoretically calculated diameter of the stripping section of the continuous rectification column is that of the enriching section, a. less than, b. more than, c. same as, d. either more or less depending upon relative volatility. The correct answer is more than. Hold up of material in an operating rotary dryer is in the range of a. 0.05 to 0.15, b. 0.25 to 0.50, c. 0.5 to 0.8, d. 0.8 to 0.9. The correct answer is 0.05 to 0.15. A binary liquid azeotropic mixture has boiling point higher than either of the components when it shows deviation from Raoults law. A. positive, b. negative, c. no, d. none of these. The correct answer is negative. The testing pressure of storage tanks and pressure vessels designed as per Indian standard codes should be about times.the design pressure. A. 1.5 to 2, b. 3 to 4, c. 4 to 5, d. 5. The correct answer is 1.5 to 2. Flanges are connected to pipes by a. screwing, b. welding, c. brushing, d. all A, B and C. The correct answer is all A, B and C. The ratio of downtake area to cross-sectional area of the tube for calendria type evaporator ranges from a. 0.5 to 1, b. 1 to 1.5, c. 1.5 to 2, d. 2 to 2.5. The correct answer is 0.5 to 1. Shortest distance between two tubes is a. called tube pitch, b. called tube clearance, c. more in case of triangular pitch as compared to square pitch of tube layout, d. none of these. The correct answer is called tube clearance.